Hello students, today we are going to discuss magnetic effect of electric current, and before starting this chapter let us discuss magnetic field. What is magnetic field? Like electric field, in case of electric field, the space or the field around a charge or group of charges in which a test charge experiences electric force of attraction or repulsion, that field is called electric field. Similarly, in case of magnetic field, the space or the field or the region around a magnet in which a magnetic needle always experiences a torque and rest in a particular direction different from actual north-south direction. That field or that region is called magnetic field. In order to draw magnetic field lines of a magnet, place a magnet like this and start putting a magnetic needle. This is south and this one is north. Again place the magnetic needle, and after placing you can have so many points. Join all those points, you will have the magnetic field line. Magnetic field line continuously give the direction of magnetic field. Means at any point if you draw a tangent, it will give the direction of magnetic field at that point. So this is all about magnetic field. Earth also behaves like a magnet. Now let us start Oersted experiment. Before Oersted, it was believed that electricity and magnetism both are isolated branches of physics. Means there were no connection between electricity and magnetism observed before 1820. Oersted performed an experiment and he observed that when there were no current in this wire, the north-south pole of magnetic needle rests in north-south direction. But as soon as the key was closed, what happens? Current starts flowing in this wire, and at the same time it was observed that north pole of the needle get deflected towards west. And if the current in the circuit increases, this deflection also increases. Also, when the direction of current get reversed, the direction of deflection also get reversed. What it mean? What is the conclusion? The conclusion is that a current carrying conductor always produces magnetic field in its surrounding, because deflection in a magnetic needle can be possible only when it is placed in some magnetic field. Then only it can experience some torque. So here what we are seeing, a current carrying conductor. What is the conclusion of Oersted experiment? Oersted experiment conclusion is a current carrying conductor produces magnetic field. A current carrying conductor produces magnetic field. And what is the meaning of current? If current carrying conductor is producing magnetic field, means charge in motion also produces magnetic field, because when charge in motion it makes current. So moving charges also produce magnetic field. Now, in the year 1820, Oersted proved that a current carrying conductor produces magnetic field. But here there was a question that what is the magnitude of that magnetic field? What is the formula for that magnetic field? In order to explain that, in the same year, that is in 1820, Bayer and Sievers gave a law which is called Bayer-Sievers law. Bayer-Sievers law. According to this, they observed that if there is a current carrying conductor of any, say, I am supposing XY, and in this current carrying conductor, I current is flowing, then due to a very small part of this, which is called current element, due to very small part of this conductor, current carrying conductor, which is called current element. This is called current element. It is a vector quantity. Current element. Due to current element, the magnetic field produced at a point, that is at point P, depends upon several factors. First of all, he told that by increasing electric current, magnetic field increases. Means I am taking a very small part, therefore magnetic field will be also small, therefore it is represented by dB. This magnetic field is very small and is directly proportional to the amount of current flowing in this part. Second, it is directly proportional to the length of this current element. Third, it is directly proportional to sine of the angle between this current element and the line joining the observation point with the current element. Means this is directly proportional to sine theta. And fourth, it obeys inverse square law. That is, this magnetic field is inversely proportional to square of distance between the current element and observation point. So these are the conclusions drawn from Bayer-Sievers law, and after combining all these facts, what we can write? dB proportional to ideal sine theta upon r square. dB proportional to ideal sine theta upon r square. So this can be rewritten as dB is equal to some constant mu naught upon 4 pi ideal sine theta upon r square. This is the magnetic field due to a current element at a point kept in vacuum or in air. Here mu naught upon 4 pi is a constant. Mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per ampere square is called permeability of free space. Permeability of free space. Mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Newton per ampere square is called permeability of free space. So this is Bayer-Sievers law. In vector form, this can be written as, in vector form, you may write vector dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi this will be I vector dl cross r cap upon r square. You know, A cross B is equal to AB sin theta, and this vector product gives the direction of magnetic field. This can also be found using right hand palm rule. What is the right hand palm rule? If you stretch out your right hand, thumb and palm in this way, that thumb indicates the direction of electric current and all the four fingers directs towards the observation point, then the direction in which you can apply the force gives the direction of magnetic field. So this is the direction of magnetic field, and this direction can also be found using cross product of vector dl and r cap. R cap is a unit vector along this direction, and you know r cap is equal to vector r upon r. So if you place that value, the same formula can be rewritten as mu naught upon 4 pi I vector dl cross r upon r cube. This is the formula. This can also be written in terms of current density. Now let us discuss the relation between mu naught and epsilon naught. That is the relation between permeability of free space and permittivity of free space. I am directly writing mu naught into epsilon naught. Now dividing and multiplying this by 4 pi, what you can write? It will be easy to write these values. Mu naught upon 4 pi, you know, this is 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per ampere square, and this will be 4 pi epsilon naught is 1 upon 9 into 10 power 9 in SI unit, and this can be written as 9 into 10 to the power 16. You know, the value of speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So this will be C means square of speed of light means mu naught epsilon naught is equal to 1 by C square, and this will be C is equal to 1 upon under root mu naught into epsilon. This is the speed of light. Speed of light is equal to 1 upon under root mu naught epsilon naught. Now come to the next topic. Magnetic field at the center of current carrying circular loop. Magnetic field at the center of current carrying circular loop. I am taking a circular loop like this. This is a circular loop, and in the circular loop I am supposing I current is flowing, and the radius of this circular loop is small a. What you have to do? You have to find the value of magnetic field produced at its center. In order to find the value of magnetic field due to this current carrying circular loop, let us assume that the whole circular loop is made up of so many small current elements. Why I am assuming that the current carrying circular loop is made up of so many small current loop? Because in order to find the value of magnetic field, we have a single law, and that law is called Biot-Savart's law, and that law is applicable for small current elements only. So here we are assuming that the whole circular loop is made up of so many small current element, and one such current element is taken here. I am taking it to be CD because B is used for magnetic field. So here this is the current element ideal, and due to this current element at point O, the magnetic field will be what? dB is equal to, using Biot-Savart's law, mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sin 90 upon this square, means t square. Why 90 degree? Because radius is perpendicular over circumference. So this will be mu naught upon 4 pi I dl upon e square. So the total magnetic field at the center can be written as, total magnetic field can be obtained by integrating what? Integration dl is equal to L, and L is equal to, L is the circumference, L is equal to 2 pi a. So it will be mu naught upon 4 pi I upon a square into 2 pi a. 2 pi to the 4 pi and a will be cancelled with a, and finally b is equal to mu naught I upon 2a. This is the magnetic field at the center of current carrying circular wave. In case there be n turns, then magnetic field can be obtained by multiplying n, that is mu naught Ni upon 2a. This is the magnetic field at the center of current carrying circular wave. That's all for today. Thanks.